Hi guys, it's me, Meat Puppet. Got another video for you today. It's an interesting one again because guess what? I was right. Look at this interesting video and let's hope I don't rage again like usual. Well, not usual, but I'm really disappointed again. But I was right. I told you, keep doing this. And if you don't understand how poor people think in gangster neighborhood, bad things are gonna happen to you.
But no one wants to be here anymore. And can you blame them? Can you blame them?
A hospital system with a team of violence recovery specialists is busy helping victims get back on their feet and feel safe.
But no one wants to be here anymore. And can you blame them? Can you blame them?
A hospital system with a team of violence recovery specialists is busy helping victims get back on their feet and feel safe.
For most of the pediatric patients, that now means leaving Chicago.
In tonight's special report, Elizabeth Matthews has an inside look at the University of Chicago Medical Center program.
You really have to take one patient at a time because otherwise it would be too daunting and the work would be too huge.
Jerry Pettis says sometimes her pager goes off multiple times a day. When it does, it means another child has been wounded by violence in Chicago.
How many times have I said before that without the cops, it's gonna get bad and people are gonna feel comfortable, bada bing bam boom. If irresponsible people are being created in an irresponsible way and they have nobody to teach them any responsibility because mama is always too nice and empathetic and agreeable with her kids. Kid goes outside, needs a role model, find an irresponsible person, and then it becomes another irresponsible statistic that's going to end with irresponsible action in the prison, and it's going to be a unique situation because we have irresponsible people releasing all these people back into the general public. It's the planet, not the prison.
Are arresting the violent offenders. The courts are releasing these people back into the community. That over 90 people charged with murder have been released. That should be a headline in this city, and it's not. So be adversarial to the courts. Ask what the courts can do different. Rather than release violent people back to these communities, to create an environment of lawlessness.
And it keeps happening and happening and happening. But wait, there's more.
The numbers are just staggering. The amount of children that are being shot every day.
Pettis is a pediatric violence recovery specialist for the Violence Recovery Program at Comer Children's Hospital. She helps victims like now 2-month-old Terriana Smith and her mom, Taisha Banks, recover from physical and emotional wounds.
This program been by my side since day one. Day one.
They first came to Comer's July 1st, just hours after Terriana became the city's youngest gunshot victim. At just 4 weeks old, she was shot in the head, sitting in a car seat in her mom's car in Inglewood.
When people are defunding the police, what are you doing? That's so stupid. I kept telling everybody, if you don't give the police a specific power, even if you have bad police, you need to train these police better and how they need to handle situation instead of buying better guns. It's a proven fact. They have gangster guns, gangster training, but they don't know how to assist an autistic person, a pregnant person. They don't know how to identify if it's dangerous or not. And I can understand it's a hard job. But then again, you're a country where people are allowed to have guns. But at the same time, you're a country that whenever somebody does something in a country where people have guns, they're like surprised that they cannot make a clear decision.
What's up, man?
So when they're alone, they just walk away in the previous video that I showed you guys, or the last one that I uploaded about these two cops that just drove away. You know why? Because there were two girls, white girls, they were scared. They were like, what the heck? The guy has a freaking machine gun. I'm gonna just drive away. They didn't even help the person there. They're like, what is a black man doing in a gangster black neighborhood just taking us through? I bet he's gonna look for trouble, so I'm just gonna drive away. It just surprises me. And people say, yeah, well, if you can't handle the job, well, then you have to quit. Yes, then you have to quit. But then you're gonna have this situation. Noob people or gangster narcissistic that takes the job, not doing the responsible thing for the job, and now the criminals can do whatever they want. Nobody arrests them. When they arrest them, They go out of the prison. So if I have a beef with somebody, I can just shoot them because I know I will scare him. And in 2 months or something, I'm already out. They release them too fast. Well, I'm not sure how fast it is, but it's fast enough that this is keep happening. Now, crime rate is going up. So they're shooting mostly adults. But the idea is the crime rate that goes up, the amount of adults that get shot, it's a part of the kids. Now imagine how many people have to get shot that the minimal of the babies compared to the adult is reaching a point that a woman has to go to the children's hospital, that her pager is going off, bzz, 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 and then she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm leaving Chicago. You know how bad that has to be? That's super bad.
Around the same thing, it was just like blood just everywhere, like, and I grabbed her and just held her.
The bullet didn't pierce her brain, but cracked Tariana's skull. She's now recovering well, but the shooting is a stark reminder for Taisha, who 7 years ago was also shot, sitting in a car in Inglewood.
I'm completely done with Chicago. I thank the programs and the hospital for placing me somewhere else.
Through the Violence Recovery Program, Pettis is helping this family move out of Chicago, like many of her families are requesting.
I would say the past 4 or 5 months, everyone wants to leave Chicago.
Which is not easy during a pandemic when resources are scarce. Pettis was able to partner with social service agencies to find housing for this family, plus continuing to check in and be a support for Taisha.
She asks me every day, is you all right? How you feel? You know, and that's very important for someone to ask you how you feel.
Injured children, kids that have become part of a gruesome statistic in the city of Chicago, is not for the faint of heart.
Going to the pediatric ICU is a very eerie event every time you go there, because you see infants, you see young children or teenagers, right? And they're helpless and their parents are grieving.
Pettis would love for this program to not be necessary, but reducing the violence, she says, starts with basic building blocks of proper food, education, and healthcare.
With all those things in place, if we can get there, I think that we'll see the decrease in violence, but right now we're just trying to affect our small corner of the world.
Pettis says her job includes connecting patients with violence intervention programs. She says the reality is sometimes the patients want to retaliate once they are discharged from the hospital. She hopes that through psychoeducation, she can help break that cycle of violence.
Patients that go there, they want revenge. Well, of course, if I can get my revenge and I just shoot them and I'll be out of prison very quickly, of course, why would I not do that? You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I think Chris Rock made a very clear point about this.
Hey, I love black people, but I hate niggas.
I don't like anybody that acts like a nigger. No, never. Because I just think it's such a negative stigma that certain people find cool. And I know there's a lot of people might find it cool and sexy. But in the general public or at a job, when it's something related that, hey man, you might be cool, you might be a rapper, or you might kill me or rob me. Do you see? It's like, it's such weird. I never wanted to be related to that. I try to play a little gangster. It's kind of cool. But in the long run, no. I don't know. Maybe it's something about me. That's it. But if you're going to act like a gangster, do not come close near me. Do not pretend to do anything, because the stigma that it leaves behind, the culture of black people thinking that this is cool, you have no idea. But I think also the governor and everything, guys, do something about your society. But it's not happening because there's so many single parents. And it's hard to guide so many people at the same time when they're in and out of the prison system and they might want to retaliate. I don't know, man. We need to start educating people and take responsibility. And if I have to be honest, look, man, I don't want to put all the responsibility on single mothers, but I want to say though, it starts with you, because they can't have access to your body if you don't allow them, unless it's rape. And even if you're telling me that rapes happens, It doesn't happen that much to create so many childless kids that keeps making baby or become gangster. It happens, but it's not that much. Stop justifying all the babies created or raped. Certain guys are bad, I know. But it has to start somewhere. Use freaking protection. It just surprises me that people are just digging their own hole. And it's so simple to stop it. And it frustrates me to see people miss opportunity for 15 seconds of funky. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe and everything. And hey, glad you reached this point of the video. Peace.
Don't get me wrong, ako sa kita bong. Put a fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam, turlo, queta, verdeta, welcome.